Hi guys, welcome back to another weekly vlog. If you're new here, I'm Kiera, also known as K-Way, and today we're basically doing a little follow-up about what really happened with this move and how it went, the regrets, the things I would do differently, some packing tips or some tips for people who are moving so you don't go through the same mistakes that we went through. What's to come for the next upcoming vlogs, which probably will be more frequent than twice a week now, because this month itself is going to be jam-packed with so much stuff. So yeah, it's just a lot. So let's get right into this video. Okay guys, so if you are new here, I'm just giving you a small recap. We just recently moved to a smaller apartment. We downsized for financial reasons. We want a house and we don't want to we're working towards getting a house, but the current apartment complex that we were in, we were paying so much money, and we were putting out more money than we should have for an apartment. $2,000+ is crazy work at this point. Get you a mortgage type, you know what I'm saying? So we're downsizing so we can save a significant amount of money quicker. On top of trying to get a new home. We also wanted to take baby girl to India. And for that, it'll just be more beneficial if we downsize as well. So we just recently moved to a very, very small apartment. And it's nothing like we're used to, but it'll do for now. So that's just a recap. If you want more details, check the last couple of vlogs that we posted. If you're still here at this point, be sure to subscribe, like, and share the video. You guys let me know how you're liking these videos that we've been posting. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So the things that went wrong, we literally did not pack up. We knew we were moving prior to the move out date, and we did not pack up anything until the weekend before we were actually supposed to move. So we were supposed to move on that Tuesday. I think maybe we had 2 weekends to pack. The first weekend that we had time to pack, we really didn't pack much because I haven't moved much in my life, and neither has my husband. So I was just like really confused on like where to start. And I knew that all of our things that we currently had in the current apartment was not going to fit into the new apartment. So I was like battling in my mind about what should come with us to the new apartment and what should go to storage. Also, I've never had a storage before, so I just was like, that's a lot. We were having work. It was just a lot going on. So we literally started the first weekend that we had to pack. We didn't have the material we needed. We didn't have the boxes. I didn't really know what to do. Like, it was just a mess, and I couldn't really think. I'm just like, where do I start? And so we didn't do much the first weekend. So then the second weekend came, and I'm like, okay, we have no choice because we literally have 4 days before we have to move out. So we did move. No, did we? Yeah, we did. We did. The first weekend we did end up moving like the big things. Like, we moved the guest bedroom to the new house. We moved the bottom piece of our table to the new house. The top piece we did not move to the new house, the big marble slab, because we didn't have the material to move it. We needed a pulley or something. And for whatever reason, I wasn't thinking. I was just like, oh, they can pick that up. I don't know. We didn't order, we didn't rent a dolly. That's what it's called, not a pulley. We didn't really rent a dolly. And so we just left that there that first weekend. And then, what else did we move? We ended up moving the couch. So at this point, all of the big chunky things were out of the house. We didn't have a table to eat at the old apartment. We didn't have a couch to sit on. We only had literally the master bedroom, our bed. So with that being said, we still had a full week to live in this apartment, and bringing the baby to this apartment, where are we going to sit? Where is she going to play? It just was no space to do anything. Everything was all around the house. On top of that, trying to pack, regular life was still going on. I washed clothes and everything twice a week, and it just was like I was drowning, like trying to wash clothes, trying to fold clothes, so let me not get ahead of myself. So for a full week straight, after the first weekend, me and baby girl would stay late at my mom's house, because when we come home, it literally, she couldn't, she couldn't live, so we would literally just come home to sleep. And so that was one thing, and the reason being, because I was like, okay, we could just go to the other house, but both houses were so incomplete. It was just like, what? Like, it still wouldn't make much sense. If we go to the other house, we have a couch, we had a bed, but we didn't have the screw things for the bed. They were at the other house. Granted, that could have been an easy fix, but if you don't know, I still work a regular, I would say 9 to 5, but it's really not even 9 o'clock. It's 8 to 4:30. That's my time schedule. But still, it's like a 9 to 5. Anyway, so I still work that type of time schedule. And so early in the morning, I'm leaving for work in the afternoon. By the time I get off of work, it's about dark, and we don't have much time to get prepared for the next day. So that wasn't going to be a good idea to do anything throughout the week. So that first weekend was, it was what it was. We got some stuff done. The second weekend was basically crunch time, and it was all of the small detailed things. By this time, I remembered to rent a dolly so that we can pick up that big marble table. I remembered to make sure that we had a sufficient amount of boxes, because although we had boxes, I don't know, I just couldn't get through my head, do I need bigger boxes, smaller boxes, I don't know. On the movies, they make moving so easy, look so easy, but in real life, it's really hard. So I was like, what kind of boxes do I need? Super big boxes, small boxes? Anyway, I just ended up getting a variety of different size boxes. Mind you, on the first weekend and the second weekend, it was, we had some rain, some showers. So a lot of the boxes got wet. It was just a lot. Okay. So back to the second weekend. The second weekend, we ended up, wrapping up all of the stuff that was in the cabinets, and, kind of boxing it in a way to what will be coming to the new apartment and what will be going to storage. And even if it was going to storage, we still wanted to label it so that we know what it was. So we did it like that. And we had a lot of glass products in our cabinets. So that was another hard task to deal with, because you know, you would want to wrap it up with wrapping paper, bubble wrap, or whatever. But we didn't want to like just spend endless amounts of money on bubble wrap and all this kind of stuff. So what we did was we got I don't even know, like it was like an industrial pack of cling wrap type, and we were able to like cling wrap the all of the glass stuff. If you don't know, if you haven't seen my pantry or anything, I have a lot of glass jars, like the big glass jars where you keep like lentils and stuff like that. Also, all my spices are in glass jars with lids on it. So we had a lot of glass materials, a lot of wine glasses, a lot, okay? So we wrapped all those things in that cling wrap, and that worked perfectly. Nothing was broken. Nothing of glass was broken on the move. So that worked. And it wasn't that expensive. So that was another thing. We ended up moving everything to the new house. But then it also started to rain. And the way we were trying to tell the guys, me and my mom was trying to tell the guys, the way to pack it, we already had it separated, a new apartment versus storage. So the storage stuff needed to go in last because we were going to stop by the storage to take those things off of the truck to put into the storage. And then that way the last stop will be the new apartment. That way we'll take everything off the truck, Well, the guys had some other bright idea and was like, no, it needs to go like this. So they ended up doing it however they did it. And it was a mess, honey. I'm very thankful for them, though. So, guys, if you see this video, do not take my words as not being appreciative. We are very appreciative of everything. But guys are hard-headed, okay? They are. So, the stuff... Okay. So, then we had like a 3 or 4 different cars as well, because we were putting some small things in the cars that didn't need to go on the big box truck. Well, in the meantime, I ended up getting the storage key on that Friday, and that Saturday we ended up go ahead and moving, you know, packing up the stuff for the second weekend. Some kind of way, I don't know what happened, but the storage key is lost. We still to this day have not found the storage key. So all of the things that are supposed to go in storage are still on the back of that box truck. And luckily it's my brother's box truck, so it's not like a big deal. You know, it has, we're not being charged anything extra or anything for it to sit there. But we are literally renting a climate controlled storage unit, and we can't even find the key. So we actually went to the storage unit, and when we got there, I was like, the key is on the ring that I gave to my mom. Anyway, the keys on the ring is no longer there. I don't know what happened, honey, but yeah, it's nowhere to be found. I went back home, went back to the old apartment. I searched there. I searched the grass, because they literally left the old apartment and went to the new apartment. I searched the new apartment's grass. I searched high and low, and still I have not come up with those keys. So now that is another task that has to be added to the list. Yeah, so it just was a lot of chaos. It was very chaotic, and it didn't have to be. Things could have been done differently. So here is the next snippet of this video, which I will tell you, that's what happened. These are now the regrets that I have. I regret not taking time to casually pack up things ahead of time, like within the month. Like, even if I would have did, you know, 1 box a day, I mean, I knew we were moving 6 months before we moved. So had I took the time out to go ahead and gather the materials that we would need to move and need to pack, I feel like it would have been less stressful as far as moving. Because after moving everything out, you also have to tidy everything up. And although the house was clean, because we clean, not we, my husband don't clean, baby. I clean once a week, like deep clean once a week. Still, I need, once you like move the couches and you find like little dust under there and little stuff like that. So I still wanted to go in and sweep up and mop and all that good jazz. So, and we literally had to do that while still moving things out, and that happened on the last day, like the last move out day. We ended up not getting we ended up giving the key back on that Tuesday around 4 something, right before 5 o'clock, and then that was it. But the regrets I have, the biggest regret that I have, is not doing things a lot sooner, not packing a lot sooner, because I feel like it would have been more organized, it would have ran a lot smoother, I wouldn't have lost the keys, or we would have had more control over what was going on. Everybody was in rush mode. So yeah, that's what I feel. Now, here are the tips for anybody who's packing. Oh, another thing that I think I would do differently is I probably would hire movers, because they're used to moving. They're used to, moving. They're used to the process. And so they'll be able to do it a lot quicker in regards to, getting everything moved out in a uniform way. Whereas we haven't done a lot of moving. We just kind of take it as it is and just get out. It was a bit more chaotic. But again, that could also tie into the first regret as to me needing to pack earlier on. So yeah. Alright, so now here are the tips and tricks that I would recommend for packing. When you're packing, I would suggest packing by room. I would suggest packing by room. I would suggest to get the materials you need, like boxes, tape, dollies, or shrink wrap, or bubble wrap, or newspaper, whatever you need to protect your items. Sharpie markers, of course, to write on the box. What else? What else? Those things. And get plenty of different types of boxes. Big boxes, medium boxes, small boxes. And just pack ahead of time. Definitely pack by room, because by room it will, when you move to the new house, you already know what is kind of in that box, because you remember where your things were at the old house, but you'll remember you'll remember, oh yeah, I put that in my box, in that box, because that was in my room type, yeah. So that's what I would suggest. I would also suggest, if you don't have a lot of male power to help move things, or even if you do, hire movers. Believe it or not, there are movers who are fairly, decently priced. Hire them immediately. Yeah, definitely hire them. And what else? Make sure, if you're moving out an apartment, even if your apartment complex does not want to do a walkthrough with you, you do a walkthrough by yourself. Document the date, the time, etc., etc., etc. Just to protect your own self, because I know, we would like to look at everybody as, good, decent people, but if you guys don't know, I was without We were without AC for, God, dog, truck, you in my lane, sweetheart. Oh, okay. If you guys don't know, we were without AC for 8 months during the time that we moved from the 1-bedroom to the 3-bedroom when I was pregnant with Moo. We were without AC for 8 months. I took my apartment complex to court. We won the case, but they lied in court. And for whatever reason, I don't know why I didn't think that they would lie. I don't know. I just thought, people would be honest about the situation, but they straight up lied. Grant you, good thing that I low-key have OCD a little bit, and I keep all kind of receipts and, all kind of documentation, so that way I was able to, prove my case. But I'm saying all that to say, with the move out, you want your security deposits back, or even if, the security deposit situation wasn't a thing, I don't know if you guys noticed too, but we also had other issues in the apartment after the AC situation. So, in maintenance in the apartment complex, the property isn't managed well. So, like, the carpet had water stains, it had mold in the closet, it had ceiling water damage, all kind of stuff like that. And I don't want that. I have it documented in our maintenance issues, and so I don't want that to come back on me once you move out and they take your security deposit, or later on try to take you to court for whatever reason, because like I said, these corporations, they will lie. So because of that, because of that, I would suggest doing a walkthrough by yourself. I would suggest doing a walkthrough by yourself, and with, and video it, take pictures, whatever, just to cover your own self. So that's what I did. Speaking of, I just thought about something. I need to print off all of those maintenance request situations, because I don't know if I will lose access after some time, or what the case may be. So, let me hurry up and print that. Anyway, I may go into the office tomorrow as well and just get that printed, because that's very important. Okay, back to the script. So, those are the things that I would do. Those are the tips that I would give to someone that's moving. And so that's the moving situation. Now, on to the future. The futura. Yeah, on to the future, guys. This month is like so much. It's crazy. Like, it's so many things that we have going on. I think I want to do for the whole month, the rest of the month of October, now that we've officially moved, I'm going to call these vlogs Vlogtober, because I'm going to participate in the madness of fall and all the festivities. So guys, let me just run down a few different things that we got going on. We have birthdays going on, of course. That's kind of normal. But birthdays, kitty birthdays, of course. This is Moo is at an age now. Moo is my baby girl. She's at an age now where, she's getting invited to birthday parties, and she's actually able to participate and know what's going on. So it is really exciting. So we have birthdays going on. We also have the state fair going on. We also have our little town has parades and different stuff like that. Then we have Halloween going on. We also have trick-or-treating. Oh, that's his Halloween. Girl, get it together. So we have Halloween going on. This is Moo's second Halloween, but she'll be able to she understands now, trick-or-treat, So that's exciting. It's starting to get a little bit cooler. You're going to get in a cozy feels with your family. I'm excited to start, little traditions like watching movie nights, of course, starting with all of the little Halloween little kid movies and stuff like that. Cocoa and chocolate, because it's getting cooler. grant you in the south it's still a little hot, baby, but it's colder than it is, than it was. So that is that. Also this month is Diwali. If you're not familiar with Diwali, it's a Hindu tradition. Let's see how it's like the festival of lights. So I guess you can compare it to New Year's a little bit. Yes, so that is next week actually. So guys, that vlog is going to be epic because we're going to go to a Diwali event on the 16th. And also, what else? Diwali day is actually on the 20th, 21st. So I'll find some more events for us to do. Of course, I have to have a lot of planning for that because if you guys don't know, I have gained weight about 60 pounds since I was in India last year, right before I got pregnant. And it has, your girl is still a little juicy. So a lot of my Indian clothes are tight, okay? Tight. So that is one challenge that I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to wear for next week. So I want you guys to be there for that. Baby girl, she doesn't have a lot of Indian clothes. Of course, she's growing every couple months because she's still so young. So, but luckily Mom and Pa, when they came from India last time, they did bring her a few outfits. So I think she does have something to wear for Diwali next week. Hopefully she can fit it. Yeah, so we just got a lot of things like that going on. Plus on top of that, I'm still trying to get the house together. I also want to film a hair tutorial video of me doing my hair. I know you guys always see me with my hair like in its natural state. It is definitely by choice because I don't have to walk around like this, but that's how I choose. I mean, I love my natural hair. But it's getting cooler. It's time to, it's time to do something else. And plus, in one of the vlogs before that, we discussed that we are going to try to elevate our look, elevate ourselves. And, we are on the road of becoming a better us. We're on the road to becoming a better you. For all the girlies or guys who are on the road to becoming a better you, then yes, we have to do this. We have to make sure we're caring for ourselves even when, things get hectic, So, yeah, I have just so many things going on in my head. November will calm down some of the things a little bit, but it's the holidays, so Vlogmas is going to be December type. So many different things planned for that. November we have Thanksgiving, plus other little things that I want to do with baby girl as well, like pumpkin patch and everything like that. We're going to do that I think this month though. Carving the pumpkins. We carved the pumpkin last year. It's just so many things, guys, that I have going on that I want you guys to see and be a part of. And I just look forward to you guys being on this journey with us. Oh, wait a minute, pause. And then we are still planning to go to India in February. I haven't started my weight loss journey. I have kind of cut back a little bit, but I haven't started working out. So I'm going to get the house together so we can, get all of these things rolling. Because we have things to do, guys. We have things to do. We have a lot going on. And yeah, I want you guys to be there every step of the way. Again, if you looked at one of our other videos, if you care to support us, please subscribe to our channel. Not just subscribe that way, but I think we also have some type of subscription situation, and that would also help us significantly to be able to go on this trip to India, take baby girl for the first time. So yeah, guys, get on board with us, honey, and make sure you share our videos. Make sure you comment below. We love that you guys are here. We're so excited of the growing family. We see the extra views. We know our day ones. We love you guys. You guys are the push to this channel, and we're very thankful. Yeah, guys, so that will complete this vlog. I am a little bit under the weather, if you can't hear it in my voice, but we are ready, okay? All right, guys, so until next time, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Love you. Bye.